This summer alone, NBA teams the Sixers, Raptors, Clippers, Sacramento Kings, Lakers, Milwaukee Bucks, Detroit Pistons, including a bevy of players, plus the G League Ignite converged at the UCLA Student Activities Center. Rico Hines Runs is the motivation behind the convergence, as Hine's presence on campus features as a summertime staple, a bridge for the entire program to the NBA League. Sustaining pickup runs allows present UCLA players to play against pros, while adjusting how NBA teams arrange their offseason schedules to try to gain an edge. A quick internet search on why Rico Hines runs reveals 6 important reasons. 1. For elite competition, as Rico Hines Runs attracts high-caliber players such as NBA professionals, college standouts, and top-level amateurs, and playing against such talent avails a competitive environment that aids players elevate their game. Skill enhancement is also a motivation, as Hines is renowned for his potential to organize structured and intense basketball training sessions that facilitate players to refine specific aspects of their game, and receive coaching guidance from experienced professionals. 3. For exposure, as the presence of NBA players, scouts, agents, and media at these runs avail exposure and visibility to emerging talents, forestalling access to professional opportunities, shorerships, and endorsements. Players also use these runs to network with fellow athletes, coaches, and industry insiders, facilitating relationship development for prospective collaborations or career advancements in the basketball world. 5. For off-season conditioning, to stay in shape and maintain their skills stemming from the intense and competitive nature of the runs that prepares them for games all year round and last. Team building, especially for college teams and those seeking to build chemistry with potential teammates. Hines, the brains behind the current runs, seems privy of the game that goes behind the game, as he's reluctantly embracing social media, arranging a camera crew to capture highlights from the pickup games to share on Instagram and YouTube as he endeavors to aid guys accomplish their goals and dreams. The runs games are spread across 3 courts. The middle is the winner's court, where your team wants to stay. If you lose, you go to the second court on the far end of the gym. Win there, and you get back on the winner's court. Lose and face a trek back to the third court by the main entrance. Lose on the third court, and you're watching from the sidelines for a game. Hines organizes the teams, and this summer those teams featured plenty of 5-player lineups from the same NBA team. Games are played to 7. But Hines, in the middle of the action, doing everything from refereeing the games, to using his hands as a makeshift scoreboard, to barking out feedback until his salt and pepper beard drips with sweat, makes things interesting. Recent UCLA players have benefited from Hines revamping the runs, for the most part, such as James Jaquez Jr., who a couple days after his drafting as the number 18 overall by the Miami Heat, a clip from last summer of Paul George crossing him up with a behind-the-back dribble and scoring on a pull-up jumper made the rounds on social media. Initially, the L.A.'s premier pickup game belonged to Magic Johnson, as he, alongside the former Lakers ballboy and current real estate developer Adam Mills, hosted the UCLA run. The run featured a parade of stars, from James Worthy and Michael Cooper, Reggie Miller and Kiki Vandeweghe, all the way through Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant when Johnson was retired from the league. He still played at UCLA to stay in shape for the barnstorming team he was traveling with, playing in exhibition games. Hines didn't take the baton from Johnson, per se. The game ebbed and flowed each from summer, from the time he arrived on campus in the late 1990s through the early 2000s, when Johnson had passed the torch to Baron Davis, another member of Hines' UCLA freshman class. Gilbert Arenas, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett also became foundational faces, keeping the ball bouncing. Hines reunited with the run in 2015 when, after 5 seasons as an assistant coach for St. John's University under Steve Lavin, the coach he played for at UCLA, the staff was let go. Hines adopted the game and kept the spirit of Johnson's competition, while implementing some of the teaching sensibilities he learned from longtime NBA assistant coach Tim Gergerich, whose dedication to basketball is universally revered within the sport. Since Hines took over, basketball's best have continued to come. LeBron James played in 2017. Stephen Curry has been on multiple occasions, including last summer. But sometimes hidden in the summertime lineups at UCLA, the haphazard pairings are also hoops prophecies. Westbrook and James Harden got to keep their connection going in 2018, hitting Hines runs together, after Harden left the Oklahoma City Thunder and before they reunited in Houston. Hines welcomes the stars, of course. But he especially relishes the chance to send players into their orbit.